Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Al, the neighborhood economist, and thank you for tapping into the TICKR APPAREL YouTube channel. As always, I appreciate the love and support. For the new visitors and for those of you guys, who may have visited before, the mission of TICKR APPAREL is to close the wealth gap in the United States through crypto assets and dope apparel, dope fashion. It's never been done before. The only YouTube channel that exists for that reason. And we're also providing some high quality, high value content around stocks, all things finance, especially crypto, the metaverse, gaming, the future of the world that we live in. So exciting stuff. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys tapping in. Of course, this is Crypto Joe in the morning, so it should be about, I don't know. I'm assuming you're watching it in the morning, but you might be catching the playback. Whatever time it is, it's always a good time to drink some coffee. Shout out to the good people at Caterpillar and Cat Financial. Uh, Great way to start your morning. Not sure what your coffee of choice is, but yeah, pull up a cup and let's get to it. Real quick, gonna show you guys the tickerapparel.com website. Of course, we got to get into that, and so you guys can visit tickerapparel.com. Check out the merch. Right now, we have 4 premium shirts, as you guys can see here. Right now I'm rocking, I don't know if you guys can see the one that I'm wearing currently, but I have the TICKR TSLA off the grid short sleeve premium tee. This is a XL, I believe. It's more of an athletic kind of fit, but it feels great. High quality embroidery and fabric. You're gonna absolutely love the shirt. The beautiful thing about TICKR Apparel and what we're doing and the way we're actually closing the wealth gap is with every purchase, you're going to receive 10% of the gross sale back in the form of Satoshis. And those are fractal Bitcoins. So once you make your purchase, it's going to be really important that you guys put the right email address. And I know the website says that, you receive it via Cash App. That's not the case right now. You're going to receive it via Coinbase. If you don't have a Coinbase account, that's okay. Super simple to set up. It won't take much time at all. There's a ton of YouTube tutorials on how to set it up, but you don't even need to watch it. They walk you through step by step. So this is the shirt that I'm rocking now. Love the shirt. My favorite color is probably red. And super premium. You guys see that down there in the corner, the TSLA ticker symbol. It's just dope fashion. Finance and fashion and tech have never collided this way. And so we're excited about the mission. And for the first time, we're in a hyper growth industry. So imagine all of your consumer activities. We're just starting here with apparel. The goal is much and the vision is much bigger than this. I see it as Amazon starting with books. When you think about what this can do for the Black community, specifically in terms of growing our wealth by incorporating our regular consumer activity and making a portion or a percentage of that a possible investable asset accumulation activity, just incorporate it automatically. I'm telling you, it's going to be game changer. So I'm super excited about it. But let's talk about what you guys came here and what you clicked on the thumbnail to discuss. Let me go back large screen here. So cool. This time I didn't wear a hat, shave my head. I was like, man, some of you guys know, right? I got a shaved head, but some of you don't. And I remember I have a fairly normal shaped head, I think. But I remember the first time I used to watch, I forgot what was that show that LL Cool J was on, like back in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s. It was a sitcom. But LL used to always wear a hat. And then he took the hat off, and I was like, damn, look at LL head. Boy, he had like a point to it, had like a little tip. Shout out to LL Cool J. I'm a fan, but he got a funny shaped head. Same thing happened with Neo. Neo was always wearing hats, and then he took the hat off, And he was like, damn, Neo, put the hat back on. Actually, Kevin Hart, it may have been in the BET Awards, roasted him for the shape of his head. And so I just figured, man, let me just come out and show y'all how my head look. So, right off the rip, so it's not a surprise when I take the hat off. First of all, it's a normal shape, but you get used to seeing the bald head. You be like, oh, I know how his head look. But if I'm just wearing hats all the time and then I show up with a bald head, I'm like, man, what's up, man? Cone head there. Ballpoint pen head. Yeah, nah. So y'all gonna get some more. As long as I've shaved, y'all get some more naked head action. Anyway, that was off on a tangent. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So y'all are here. Y'all want to know what is the metaverse? We're gonna be talking about what's the metaverse, what Gucci is currently doing in the metaverse, the high-end brand Gucci, and what all this means for you and how you can ultimately benefit from it. So the metaverse, the simple way to put it, is going to be the future of our social media engagement. Right now we engage on our phones pretty much. And so, this is actually 2D, right? When you're on your phone, it's a flat screen. It's not immersive. And the metaverse is going to make the social media experience feel more immersive and have a more real human connection experience, because you're likely going to have on some glasses or some sort of goggles. And if you've ever had the Oculus or been in some sort of virtual reality where your eyes are covered, it feels like you're actually there. So that's basically just the next iteration. The metaverse is the next iteration of social media to create a more connected human experience versus just looking at our phones all day. So now you're going to have something on your face and it's going to feel more real. So what's Gucci doing in the metaverse? Let me share my screen on that. Gucci, the writing's on the wall, y'all. Here's one thing. I'll save this for the last one about what this means for you. But let's get into what Gucci's doing. Let me pull this up. Gucci. All right, let me make sure you guys can see it. Let me go down at the bottom, try to make it a little bit bigger. So cool. So Gucci has bought virtual land on Gucci buys virtual land on the sandbox as part of the metaverse experience bid. This stuff is getting wild. Now these companies are making huge bets. One thing I find interesting, especially about our culture, Black culture, we unfortunately have the least amount of wealth and control the least amount of wealth in the country, and a lot of people are still highly skeptical of crypto and the metaverse and what's taking place. You got companies like pretty much a lot of the Fortune 500, but in this particular case, we got Gucci all in the metaverse buying land. So there's one portion of this article that I wanted to read to you guys that kind of blew me away. Check this out. It's this right here. Gucci has been at the forefront of fashion brands moving into crypto. In May 2021, it was the first luxury brand to introduce an NFT auction via Christie's. Gucci's experience on Roblox also drew attention after someone spent $4,000 on a Gucci bag, roughly $1,000 more than the bag is worth in real life. I'm going to say that again. So if you're not aware what Roblox is like mostly kids play Roblox, but it's like it's a gaming app that allows you to develop a game with the app, and then people pay to play games within the app. So there's multiple games within this app, at least to the extent that I understand it. There's multiple games within the app. If you're a developer, you can actually create a game on the platform and then charge a small fee for people to actually play your game within Roblox. In this particular article, someone actually paid $4,000 for a virtual Gucci bag when the actual Gucci bag costs $1,000 less. So they could have gone to the Gucci store or gone to Gucci.com and purchased it for $1,000 less than what they paid for it in Roblox. So it says two things to me. Number one, guys, my opinion, before I give you that, Let me just say this quick disclaimer. This is edutainment, right? It's education and entertainment. Please, please, please do your own research. Again, I understand as part of the YouTube community, as someone who does his due diligence and research on a multitude of things. When I'm looking to buy a new phone, whatever it is, new tech, I'm on YouTube. I'm looking at the reviewers, the reviews, and the people and the tech reviewers to see what they have to say. So I understand you're scouring YouTube to search for information. Please, 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 as it pertains to financial information, you have to do your own research. I am not a financial advisor, cannot legally give you advice. Just give you my opinions here and what I think is coming. All right, so now that that's out of the way, as it pertains to what's going on with Roblox, and this Gucci bag, and I could go back full screen. That's really kind of what I wanted to show y'all. Well, hold on. We talked about them buying the land. It talked about that a little bit earlier. It didn't disclose how much they paid for the land outside of the fact that they bought it. So yeah, it wasn't just an announcement that they bought some land on Sandbox. And Sandbox is a metaverse gaming platform, which blew up. Not blew up, like blew up in a good way. Like the token went up huge right around the time Facebook, well, before Facebook / Meta made their announcement that they were going, full steam into the metaverse. Sandbox had spiked. After Facebook said that, Sandbox went crazy. Okay, let's go full screen. At least I can go here. Nah, full screen. So, real quick, so we talked about what the metaverse was, talked about Gucci in the metaverse, and what real people, are valuing in the metaverse. So again, my opinion is I think we're in a bubble in all of this stuff. Like this is like really hyperinflation. I do think going like long term, going forward, when I say long term, the next 5-10 years, that bag is probably going to be worth more than that. I don't know who bought the bag. I don't know what their premise or idea was. They could just be buying and holding it like a stock because they believe it's going up. Right now, though, especially given the current interest rate environment and what the Federal Reserve is about to do and have to do to keep hyperinflation from going crazy, hyperinflation is we have inflation. The question is, will we get hyperinflation? It's a real possibility, and I'll go into that whole thing on another video. But anyway, so you got all this investment happen with these big companies in the metaverse already. They're already in the space, kind of planting their flags, so to speak, and staking their claim within the metaverse. So they're trying to get there before you get there. So now, what does that mean for you? How do you capitalize on this opportunity? You got to immerse yourself in the metaverse. I understand there's a lot of skepticism around it. A lot of people don't really understand crypto, and that's why you're here. We're learning together. We're going to talk about it together. But here's an analogy that I would like to use in terms of getting ready. We live in an amazing country. It has its flaws, but for what it's worth, it's a great place to live. Right, the United States of America. There are a lot of immigrants who move here every year, and they have no English speaking background. They literally pick up, move to the United States, and cannot speak one lick of English. What's the point? The point in that is the opportunity is so great. Whatever they had going on in their native land, they dropped it and came here, even though they couldn't speak the language. Right? It's like, let me get there. I'll figure out the language. But if the opportunity is now and I don't have the language available, I'll figure it out when I get there. And I think that's where we are in crypto. I think that's where we are in the metaverse. I think that's where we are in NFTs. A lot of this stuff is bubblicious right now, so you have to be careful about coming in with a lot of new cash. Please be careful coming in with a lot of new cash. That said, the opportunity is too great for you to have to know the language completely for you to enter into the space. The opportunity for us as black people is too great to wait to learn the language completely. You got to have 90-95% confidence before you move in. That's not going to work. Not right now. This is the birth of a new industry altogether. Like, we have never in the history of time had something as unique as this, for thousands of years possibly. And so, I want to encourage my brothers and my sisters. Y'all got questions, y'all hit me up. I don't have all the answers. That said, we can reach out to people to try to get us the answers. What we don't know, this is still, the groundwork is still being laid. But we have to get into this space. We have to own some of these tokens. We have to own some of this virtual land. Now, again, I think some of this virtual land and stuff has just gotten out of hand. I mean, some virtual land is selling for millions. And they didn't say what Gucci paid. I would be willing to guess that Gucci probably paid a couple $100,000, if not a few million, for whatever plot of virtual land that they purchased. Which is saying a lot, right? These companies, now I know they have the money, but the fact that they will buy an intangible thing and spend and commit that kind of capital should tell you something. And so I said this before in a previous video. You don't have to be the brightest crayon in the box. You don't have to be the sharpest knife or tool in the tool shed. When you see the whales moving, when you see the people who got the bread that you want to have, the bread that you're trying to get, and they're making splashes and waves in this area, and it's still in its infancy, listen, we'll figure out the language when we get there. Let's just get our ass over there. You understand what I'm telling you? Let's get over there. And so that's my message here. Again, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Please make sure you like and please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Also, I ask that you go to TICKRAPPAREL.com. Make sure you pick up one of your premium tees while they last. You will receive your Satoshis within about 2 to 3 business days. I said 3 to 5, but it'll probably be before then. It'll probably be 2 to 3 business days after you make the purchase. You'll receive your Satoshis. You'll receive a tracking number for your shipment. Please be patient with the post office. It's going to come USPS. Obviously, they're backed up. Once upon a time, the post office is still a great job. It used to actually be hard to get on to the post office. Black people used to swear by the post office. Like, you could get on at the post office, everybody in your family was proud of you. And it's a great job to have today. But the post office has relaxed a lot of rules to just get on. So that's letting you know, like, the demand that C19 has created with online shopping and more things going to the internet. There's just a lot more shipment and shipping happening. And so they're busy there. So please be patient, y'all. I appreciate the love and support. Again, like, subscribe to the page, share the page with friends and family. We're doing something big here. We're literally going to change the course of history for black people in the United States by marrying fashion and crypto assets. This is a great time to be alive. So I appreciate the love and support, y'all. To the next video, peace and blessings. I'm out.